Hi there. Hi, 7th period. This is a video on Chapter 2 review sheet. So there's a test tomorrow, and I wanted to do a video. So here it goes, okay? So pay attention. These are equations that need to get done. I have 15 minutes to do it. So we are going to do it, and we are going to do this. All right, here we go. So the first equation is 9x minus 3 equals 24. And this is a simple two-step equation. We're going to add the 3 and divide by 9. So add 3. And we get 9x is equal to 27. We divide by 9. And we get x equals 3. Done. Okay? The next equation is distributive property, number 2. And circle number 1 there. 1/3 x plus 9 is what I get. 1/3 times 27 is equal to 9 equals 21. So I'm going to subtract the 9 and I get 1/3 x equals 12. Now to undo that, you're going to multiply by 3 over 1. All right, to get rid of that. So you multiply 12 times 3 and you get x is equal to 36 for this problem. Okay, so awesome, you're doing great. Pay attention, that's number 2. Number 3 is a fraction problem, and the LCD for this is 12. So I'm going to multiply everything by 12, and I get 12 times 4, which is 48, divided by 3, which is 16. So this is 16y. And you're going to get 12 times 2, which is 24, divided by 3, which is 8. And then 12 times 3, which is 36, divided by 2, which is 18. All right, so you get 16y equals 26 after you add the 8. And you divide by 16 and divide by 16, and you get y is equal to, if you divide both of these two numbers by 2, you will get 13 over 8 for this problem. And moving on to problem number 4 now is a decimal problem, but you don't need to multiply it by 100. You can just add the 2. And you get 1.6x equals 3.2. And if you divide both sides by 1.6, you end up with x equals 2. 4, check in the books. Number 5, you're going to do cross multiply here because you have two ratios equal. So you have 3 times 2 is equal to 5 times 4p minus 10. And then you get 6 is equal to 20p minus 50. And if you add the 50, you will get 56 equals 20p. And then to solve, you divide both sides by 20. And you end up with p is equal to, now dividing both of these by 4, okay, will give you 14 over 5. And the next problem is a distributed property problem again. You get 5x this term plus 6x minus 24 equals 64. If you combine these two terms, you get 11x, and then you add the 24, you get 88 on the right. And you get x equals 8 for the answer there, because you divide both sides by 11. Now what you do next is looking at a problem. That one's done. I got to check that one off. Check. 5, check. 6, check. Done. 7, variables on both sides of the equal sign. So you're going to get the 5x over, and then you're going to add the 4 and get that over. So you have 3x here, and you have 23 here, and you divide both sides by 3, and you get x equals 23 over 3. And that's the fact. Check. Number 7. Number 8. You're going to get the 4x over to the other side. All right, the negative 4x. I'm going to move that with its opposite. and then we'll add the 3 to the 5. So 8x ends up being on the right, and 8 is on the left, and 8 is on the right. You divide both sides by 8, and you get x equals 1. All right, so now we're going to move on to number 9. 8 is done. Checky, check, check. And number 10 is an equation with variables on both sides. You get 2x over here plus 4 equals 3x plus 8. That's what I first want to do. Now I'm going to combine the 3x and the 2x, so I'll move the 3x to the left. And then I cancel it over there on the right. I'll subtract the 4. And I get negative 1x on the left, and I get 12 on the right. Divide both sides by negative 1. X equals negative 12 is what I get there. Check. Number 10 looks a little more complicated, but not impossible. We can do it. We got the parentheses we have to remove, and we get 4 minus 4x here plus 3x here is equal to negative 2x minus 2. Now these two make negative 1x, so we have 4 and then minus 1x equals negative 2x minus 2. Now I will add the 2x, and I'm going to subtract the 4. So the 2x's goes away over here, and the negative 4's go away there. So 1x equals negative 2 minus 4 is negative 6. And we don't have to divide by 1, but just for giggles, we'll do it. And we end up with a negative 6 value for x. Awesome. Here we go. We've got to keep going, moving on, doing great. This is another equation that requires distributive property, so negative 8x minus 4 is what I get on the left. Negative 2x minus 6 plus 9. Now that negative 2 gets multiplied by these two terms, the x and the 3, but doesn't get multiplied by the 9. Now these two, negative 6 and 9, make positive 3. All right, so that's what I get when I combine those two. And if I add the 2x to this side, and I add it to the 8x and remove it from the right, and I add the 4 to this 3 up here, I'm going to get negative 6x, and up here I'll get 7. Okay, so all right, well, negative divide by negative 6, divide by negative 6, and x equals 7 over negative 6, and we're good with that. All right, moving on to number 12. Number 11, check. Number 12, I'm going to distribute the 7. I get 7y minus 14, and on the right is 7y minus 14. Now, they are the same, so it doesn't matter what I put in for y. I will get equals. So they have infinite solutions for this one. So the answer is infinite solutions. Now, if it was different, it might be no solution. But in this case, it's infinite solutions. Number 13, number 12 is done. Number 13, we have to solve for a y. So that's that y right there. So we're going to get rid of this x term first, and then we're going to divide by that 3 next. So we have to subtract the 4x from both sides of the equal sign, and I have 3y on the left and negative 4x minus 6 on the right, and I'm going to divide every term by 3, cancel, and I get y equals negative 4 over 3 times x minus 2. Okay, again, I solve for y all by itself. But I have to keep these two terms separate. There's this one, and there's this one. I got to keep separate. All right, done with 13. Number 14. Won't check that off just yet. All right, there's an invisible 1 right there. So my first move would be to add 1x to both sides. And then my second move would be to divide everything by -2, but I have 1x plus 8 on the right. If I divide by -2, divide by -2, and divide by -2, the -2's cancel over there. And y is equal to -1/2 x minus 4. 14, done. All right. A football player made a 10-yard gain. How many inches is that? You have to know this fact that 36 inches is equal to 1 yard. So 10 yards is x inches, and that's the same as 1 yard equals 36 inches. That problem requires cross multiplication. So x equals 360 inches. Gonna multiply. Okay? All right. This one is 8 out of 10, or 8 out of 25. That makes this. So what is the 8? Own dogs. That's equal to what? If you ask 90 families, how many would own dogs? So this is x owned out of 90. Now you have to cross multiply. And so you get 25x is equal to 8 times 90. So divide by 25. Divide by 25. And you get x equals $28.8. Now, so it says approximately, about, so you'd say about 29 families. All right, number 17 says the general admission is $3.50 per person. Ride costs $5.50 per person. Parking is $6 for the whole family. Total cost is $51. So you're going to have, this is $350 plus $550, which is $9. $350 plus $550. All right? And that's times X, which is the people. Now you got to pay for parking. So you add the 6, and then your total is 51. So 9x equals 45, so x equals 5. 5 people. All right, you can do it. All right, the last question is $250 purse. It's 30% off. What's the price after the sale? So 30% of $250, we figure it out like this. We say how much out of 250 whole is equal to 30 out of 100. Okay, so we have, then it's x equals 75 if you solve this. Now that's how much it's off, okay? So we have to subtract that from 250. So 250 minus 75 is 175. That's how much the purse is. So don't forget you got to subtract. Okay? I know that was fast, but you can stop the recording. Stop, start, stop, start. Okay? Help yourself out. All right? Watch it, do it, practice.